I'm going to show you how to set up an infinite farm of the Golem, and sometimes you also get to farm the Griffin. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is discover the locations. Now, the first one I'm going to say you go to right off the bat is going to be down here. This area right here is going to have the Golem. If you haven't defeated it yet, go ahead and defeat it. Get this area marked on your campsite. Then you can head this direction and make your way to the Sacred Arbor. Now, once you get to the Sacred Arbor, mark that as well. Since you've already defeated the Golem, go and sit down. I believe it's for full 7-day night cycle. So you'll see here, I sit here and I can doze off. And it's a little darker. You gotta get down and just keep spamming the doze off. So now it's night, and I'm gonna doze off. Now it's darker, I'm gonna doze off. And that's a day. We're gonna do that for 7 days. And then we're going to head out, and I'll show you what happens. So I've already defeated the Golem, actually, and the Griffin. Now, the Griffin might not spawn when I do this, so I'm going to explain a little bit of what happens with the Griffin while I make this trip. So with the Griffin, sometimes you'll find it before the Golem, and I recommend fighting it before the Golem. And when you fight the Griffin, it sometimes will run away, which is fine. If the Griffin runs away from you, it's not that big a deal. Because what that means is the next time you rest at the campsite, there is a chance that the Griffin will just immediately respawn. You'll be at full health, and you can just keep fighting it. So that makes things a lot easier. But to me, I've been targeting the Golem particularly, so I didn't care too much that sometimes the Griffin doesn't spawn. Now, get down however you want to. I always mess this up. There's definitely a correct path right up here. As you can see, I got distracted by that beetle. You go through here. You make your way back. You're going to know this path because you've already done it once to get to the actual Elvish city. So do whatever you need to do to get down. There's a little spiral staircase right here. That's a very telltale sign of where we're at. You can also, if you're a mage, just go wee. And then just, go down again. Now, there will be some mini fights, which is why I'm just kind of showing this in real time, just so you can see what it's like. So, as you can see, of course, you can pick stuff up. My last path through, that bark there was actually taken by me, so I can go ahead and re-grab this. Sometimes you can re-grab it, sometimes you can't. I'll grab this. That wasn't there last time. And now here's one of the fights. So at this point, we can go and just join in, just to make it easier on ourselves and defeat them real quick. There's also a merchant here, if you would like to, as you can see, I'm very tired at the moment, but you can go and trade with this merchant. Let's go ahead and beat this guy. So beat that. This merchant, I don't think is always here, but they've been here for most of the time I've done this path. So let's go here and, can I talk to the merchant yet? Sometimes there's just too many enemies, and you don't want to fight them all. And then you can just run past them, of course. Have a gander at my way. So here you can see the ferryman has a fairy stone. I actually bought this the last time through, which means that there was a reset. So at this point, we can head over to here. Here's a campsite. This isn't the one we want. We're going to look for the next campsite. And as I said, be out paying attention for the Griffin. So we're going to look for the Griffin first to see what we're dealing with here. And there is the Griffin. So I'll go over here and hopefully I don't die from the fall like an idiot. I might die from the fall like an idiot. Okay, I didn't die from the fall like an idiot, but I did get hurt. So the Griffin is here. So what this means is you're going to want to fight the Griffin first. Now, whether you defeat the Griffin or not is kind of up to you. If you could always leave this Griffin and ignore it if you want, but it is an option. As you can see, it's right here. And if we look out here, there happens to be no rubble this time, so the Golem just happened to not spawn, which is a real shame. These wolves, the reason I'm coming over here, these wolves are going to be a problem, so you're just going to have to defeat them first. But if the Golem doesn't spawn, you can just repeat over again and hope it comes out. So anyway, let's just go ahead and fight this Griffin. And what you'll do is you'll fight this Griffin, and if for some reason it runs away, what you can do afterwards is just rest at the campsite it was originally standing at. And if you do that, after it runs away, it will sometimes respawn right there for you, and you can fight it again. And also you can do stealing, so I'm stealing the plumes while we fight. And the Griffin can actually fall off this cliff like that, and that is actually just a free kill. That does happen on occasion. You do miss out on most of the loot, but it's not that big a deal as long as you you're a thief. You'll steal some stuff. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and make camp. I don't have a camping kit. Okay, so I'm not going to make camp. So anyway, that's what you do. You make that pass that I just showed. Again, I'll show you right here. The Golem can sometimes spawn. I've had it like rubble right up here. I must have used my last camping kit when I came through. Rubble right here. But also I found it all the way up to this ledge right here. Just a pile of rubble. And if you don't know how to fight a Golem, you do it by targeting the glowy parts. Can't believe I lost a pawn. But, yeah, you can actually cheese a Griffin right there sometimes. But hopefully this helps you out trying to get some of these resets. I know this isn't the best video because the Golem itself didn't actually respawn. And somehow my pawns decided to go in the drink, which has never happened before. It's always just been the Griffin. This is the Golem spot. He's pretty nice to farm because one of the things he drops is an item that is like 1.2 thousand gold. So what that ends up meaning is you can get, I think I got like 7 my first time beating him. Now, if you had a whole bunch of stones to teleport around, what you could also do to speed this up is you could take your, where's mine at? You could take your teleport stone and you could go ahead and put it up here. And if you had enough of the crystals laying around from other farms, like for example, if you haven't checked out my other video, over here where I have this, there's actually a Minotaur farm that gives you an absolute ton of fairy stones. So you can take those if you're trying to get a hold of, let's say, materials from the golems. You could teleport yourself over here, do the resting, and then you'd only have to do the walk back, and then you could teleport yourself back. And depending on what you get from the Golem and the Griffin, you might actually be able to profit doing that. This is just one of the resets. I don't know how to make this 100% consistent, so make sure people in the comments, if you know, let us know.